the metrics that Google Analytics don't show you. So here's a scenario that's happening thousands of times a day in every single industry. Someone opens their phone, they type a question into ChatGPT or Google or Claude. They get an AI generated answer that recommends a specific brand, and then they go directly to that brand's website, or maybe they just go and buy it instantly. And that never shows in Google Analytics. Absolutely nada. No session, no impression, no keyword, no data. Imagine this. Your competitor just got recommended by AI to a ready to buy customer, and you have zero record of it. You didn't just lose the traffic, you didn't just lose the trust signal, and you didn't even know that there was a race happening to buy a product in your industry. There's a measurement crisis happening inside AI search right now, and I'm going to explain to you how we're trying to fix it at Data Nerds. Let's start with just the underlying data problem. SparkToro published a comprehensive zero-click study in 2024. They analyzed over 1,000 Google searches in the US and tracked what happened to each of them. And finding this out should scare every single digital marketer and marketing department across the world. It should make you feel uncomfortable. Only 360 of those 1,000 searches resulted in a click to the open web. So think about that. More than 600 out of every 1,000 searches online now are resolved without anyone clicking on anything. They're not clicking on your website. They're not clicking on your ad. They're not clicking on that amazing SEO post you wrote in 2015. Some go to Google's own properties. Some are answered directly in a featured snippet or an AI overview. Many are just answered in the AI response itself, and the user's satisfied. They've got the answer they're looking for, and they move on. Pew Research has also confirmed what comes next. When an AI summary appears in Google results, click-through behavior drops even further. Users trust that AI summary. They don't need to verify it, and they act on it. They're buy-ready customers. So here's the math problem with modern marketing measurement. If the majority of search activity never becomes a click, and if AI is accelerating that trend, then a strategy built entirely around sessions, clicks, and Google Analytics conversion is measuring a shrinking fraction of the actual market. This is what we're calling the measurement gap, the space between the brand influence and the attributed traffic. And right now, most brands are not using any tools to measure that gap. That's exactly what we're building at Data Nerds with AEO Analytics, and we're building in audits and then recommendation engines on how to change this and actually understand where your customers are coming from and how to optimize more traffic on AI search engines. So let's be precise on what Google Analytics can actually measure and what they can't actually tell you. GA is excellent at measuring downstream behavior. Whatever happens after someone arrives on your website, the session, how long it was, engagement, conversions, revenue. It's also reasonably good at measuring paid channel performance if your tagging is clean. So all your paid ads, absolutely, Google Analytics is the North Star to be measuring everything here. But there's a new search engines out there. Here's what GA cannot measure: whether your brand was mentioned in an AI overview, and if that user saw it but didn't click, whether ChatGPT recommended you or your competitor in a response to an actual buying prompt, whether Perplexity cited your content as a trusted source, what percentage of AI-generated answers in your category actually include your brand or your product, how your AI visibility compares to your competitors, which of your pages are actually being pulled as source material and being cited in AI systems. These aren't just edge cases. They're happening millions of times a day. They're the primary moments of influence in the new search experience that's growing every single day. If you're not measuring them, you're not measuring your brand's actual competitive position online anymore. We built this AEO analytics layer at Data Nerds to capture these signals. We call it an AI share of voice, and it's becoming one of the most important KPIs we measure for all of our businesses and our clients. There's 7 metrics that actually matter in the AEO engagement, and they're leading indicators of the AI era brand health. Number 1, your brand mention rate. Across a defined set of prompts in your category, how often does your brand actually appear in AI generated responses? This is the most fundamental answer engine optimization metric. You can track it manually by running prompts across Google, ChatGPT, or Gemini, or automatically through the Data Nerds platform. Your citation rate. Beyond just being mentioned, are you being cited as a source? AI systems often distinguish between mentioning a brand and citing a website. It's two very different things. The citation rate tracks how often your actual web content is being surfaced as a reference. High citation rates mean that AI actually trusts you and your business, and that's a very strong quality signal. People are just trusting this and immediately going to your website and buying after. The third metric is your AI share of voice. This is a competitive view. Out of every 100 AI generated answers in your category, what percentage include your brand? What percentage include your top competitor? Your AI share of voice gives you the comparison you can't get anywhere else. At Data Nerds, we benchmark this by vertical so you can see not just how your own businesses score, but where you stand relative to all of your competitors. Metric number 4 is your prompt coverage. Not every prompt matters equally. What is category prompt is different from a best product for a small business. Prompt coverage tracks how many high intent purchase adjacent queries you're actually appearing in. Broad prompt coverage, especially across decision stage queries when people are actually buying and have intent, is where the commercial value actually lives, and why you want to have a tool that measures this, and why every single week you should be optimizing for this. Number 5 is source page information and the performance of it. When AI systems do cite you, which page is actually being pulled? Is it your homepage? Is it a blog post from a few years ago? Is it a product page, a competitor page, a benchmark page? We want to know which content to optimize that actually is seen by the AI search engines and which pages are then underperforming relative to their potential. This is one of the most actionable outputs we can give you in an AEO audit. We show the exact pages being cited, which AI systems are citing them, and what changes you could do to increase the likelihood of being cited. Number 6 is engine distribution. Different AI systems pull from different sources and weight different signals. Your citation rate on Google AI overviews may be very different than your citation rate on Perplexity or ChatGPT. So understanding the engine distribution shows you where your AEO strategy is actually working and where are there gaps. The 7th metric is sentiment in citations. This is a pretty advanced metric. When you are cited, is the context positive, neutral, or negative? If you have negative reviews online, imagine you're a snow removal business or a lawn care company. I'm assuming a lot of these businesses that we see have negative reviews online. Have you responded to them? Have you tried to solve their problem? And we want to know if you're being cited in a positive recommendation, or is it like a cautionary example to stay away from your business, because then we immediately have to fix that. Sentiment and the attitude in these citations matters for your brand perception, and it's something that we can track. So tracking these metrics is only valuable if you have a system to actually act on them. We use a 4-stage cycle we're calling the AEO loop. Number 1 is figure out your baseline. Before anything else, establish where you stand today. Run your top 30 category prompts across all the major search engines. Record which ones cite you, which ones cite your competitors, and which ones don't cite you at all. This is your baseline starting point, and it's often a pretty rude wake-up call for a lot of the businesses we work with. You can go get it for free. You can email me, Josh at Data Nerds. You can leave a comment in the bottom, or you can go sign up on datanerds.com. There's a link below. The prompt mapping. Categorize your prompts by type. So, awareness stage, consideration stage, decision stage. The highest commercial value should be in your decision stage prompts. Best product for X use case. Brand A versus brand B. Should I use this category for this problem? These are the queries where AI recommendations directly influence purchases. We already know that buyer intent is a heck of a lot higher on AI search engines. The next is your content pillars. For each high value prompt where you're not being cited, we need to build or rebuild content using the overview first architecture. You can go back to the last video where we talk about that. There's kind of 5 elements to it. The too long didn't read, answer at the top, structured heading, hierarchy, comparison tables, decision rules, methodology, and the sourcing section. This is where the technical content work happens. We can help you with this as well. Stage 4 is kind of the monthly iteration. Every 30 days, you need to rerun the prompt set to see how has the behavior changed and where am I being cited and sourced. You need to check your citation rate, identify which pages are gaining traction, update the freshness signals. It is crazy how much these AI engines actually care about how fresh the content is. And then we need to know just the baseline and where you're starting at so you're not starting from scratch. Makes a lot of sense, right? This loop is just an improvement system. It's very easy to run. It's not a one-time project. We need to do it every single month. The brands that win the AI share of voice are the ones that are going to build a cadence around this AEO loop, and they're going to get more and more traffic every single month because they're implementing it. So how can you actually set up your own AEO dashboard? Here's a basic way to actually start tracking on your own. Define your prompt set. Pick the 10 to 30 to 50 prompts for a ready-to-buy customer in your category would actually ask ChatGPT for. Run a weekly prompt audit. Run these prompts every single week and see where you show up. You need to run them in ChatGPT, Google, Perplexity, Claude. The list goes on. Pick the ones that are the most important to you. Your report should then tell you where you cited or not, and then which page were your competitors cited on. Number 3 is track the citation rate by the engine. So all we mean by that is just to have a simple spreadsheet. The rows are the prompts, the columns are the AI engines, cells are for yes, no. Track this weekly over 8 to 12 weeks. The direction of AI searches is going up every single day. Number 4 is in your own Google Analytics, you can set up an AI referral sentiment. Filtering for sessions where the source contains a ChatGPT, Perplexity, Copilot, Gemini, you name it. This will capture direct referral traffic from AI chatbots. The portion that does not click through, it won't capture any zero-click AI influences, but at least it's a start, right? Lastly, of course, go and run yourself a Data Nerds report. It's free to get started, and we give you an AEO audit right off the bat so you can see exactly where your business is showing up. So I want to leave you with a reframe that I think matters a lot. I've had 20 years in digital marketing almost now, and I've always been measuring traffic and conversions, sessions, click-through rate. But I thought that was the only thing that drove traffic to my website, and it's completely changed in the last couple years. Your brand health has always been about influence, whether people trust you, recommend you, or think of you first. And traffic was always measurable. But AI search is changing that. Influence is still the goal, but it's not the mechanism anymore. Being cited by AI is being recommended in these responses and measuring it, showing up in the answer, not just in a list of links or in some position as a paid ad. The brands that win the next decade of search are the ones who are optimizing for clicks and start optimizing for the answer. You need to show up in these answers, and that's what AEO does, and that's what Data Nerds measures. So here's exactly what you should do right now. Action number 1 is literally go ask an AI, any AI, a buying prompt in your category. Best running shoes, best software for social media, best AI assistant that I can use today, and see if you show up. Seriously, it's the easiest thing you can do. Number 2, leave a comment. If you want to get your own free AEO report from us, shoot me your email. I'm just Josh at Data Nerds. I'm easily reachable. I'll do it for free for your website. Number 3 is you can go to datanerds.com and do this yourself. So if you want the full system from us, we can do it for you. Or like I mentioned above, you can do this yourself. And I think it's one of the most important things you can do for your business today. You need to have a monthly AEO loop that is measuring how often your brand or product is showing up in this. This is only our 6th video. Every single week, we're publishing new videos about the AEO that we're learning at Data Nerds and how we're scaling our own brands inside with these tools. So subscribe, like, leave us a comment. Stay tuned for next week. I can't wait to keep sharing this with you. It's so fun to freaking learn about. Thanks for tuning in.